And hello again. Welcome back to my live stream here for the Rays Tampa Bay Cleveland Major League Baseball game here. My name's John Sports Bonanza. John was live streaming Tampa Bay Cleveland when the skies opened up. A rain delay hit Cleveland. We're about ready to resume things. Tampa Bay leads this game 5-0. Top of the seventh inning. To recap the scoring and how we got to the point where we are. Tampa Bay got the scoring started first in the fourth inning. As they scored two in the top of the fourth to break a scoreless tie. It was a walk to Fiducia and then an error by Naylor trying to throw out Caminero, stealing third base. The throw went into left field. Caminero came in to score. That made it 1-0. And then Ben Seymour followed with an RBI single to right. That made it 2-0 Tampa Bay. And then in the fifth, Junior Caminero, a 2-run home run to straightaway center field. That made it 4-0 Tampa Bay. And then in the top of the seventh, Yandy Diaz, a home run to left center field. That made it 5-0 Tampa Bay, and that's where we stand right now, a 5-0 lead for the Rays over Cleveland as we are in the top of the seventh inning. That home run chased Cleveland starter Bigby, and into the game now is Tim Herrin, and he has only thrown one pitch before the skies opened up. It was a very small cell. It did not cover a lot of ground, but it did pack a lot of rain with it, that little cell that did pass through. But we are through. The cell is through. The tarp is off the field. And we are just about set to resume things in Cleveland. Top of the seventh inning. Tampa Bay leading 5-0. Let's update the MLB scoreboard. Things have happened while this rain delay has happened. In Baltimore, the Red Sox are still leading the Orioles 4-3. That game has reached the top of the ninth inning. In Yankee Stadium, the Yankees are all over the Nationals 7-0. That game now in the bottom of the sixth. Marlins 2, Braves 0. That game's heading to the top of the ninth. Twins are making a comeback in Toronto. The Blue Jays lead is down to 6-4. That game is in the bottom of the sixth inning. The Mets have battled back to tie the Phillies 3-3. That game in the bottom of the fifth at Citi Field. Brewers lead the Diamondbacks in Milwaukee 5-0. Bottom of the fourth. White Sox all over the Royals. Royals in the wild card picture in the American League, but they're getting thumped in Chicago tonight 6-0. Bottom of the fifth there. Pirates lead the Cardinals in St. Louis 4-1. That game in the bottom of the fourth. And top of the fourth in Arlington. Angels lead the Rangers 1-0. And about 45 minutes away from getting underway in Seattle, a big series between the Padres and the Mariners. And a little over an hour or so, first pitch between the Tigers and A's, and also a little over an hour, first pitch at Dodger Stadium between the Reds and the Dodgers. That's also a little bit of an important series. So here we go. We resume things here. As Brandon Lau is the batter, and he inherits a 1-0 count. As we have resumed, as Herrin delivers. Strike one on the inside corner, and the count's now 1-1 on Brandon Lau. Lau's 1 for 2. He has singled and scored a run, and he's also reached on a walk. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Lau. That makes the count 1-2. Herrin looks in and delivers the 1-2 pitch to Lau. Upstairs, counts now even 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Lau swings and misses for strike three. Herrin with a strikeout. One away in the Tampa Bay seventh, and it will bring up Caminero, who hit the 2-run home run back in the fifth inning. At the time, made it 4-0. before the Diaz home run in the top of this inning before the Rains came. And the pitch is downstairs. Ball 1 to Caminero. Caminero is also singled in the game. 1-0 pitch downstairs. 2-0 now the count on Caminero. Caminero looks in at the 2-0 pitch on the way from Heron. There's a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike now the count. 2-1. Caminero rips another one. Deep to left. That is way up and gone. Caminero goes deep for the second time tonight and hits home run number 39 on the season and RBI number 94, and the Rays lead it now 6-0. "389 feet to left center field for Caminero. And the Rays balloon their lead to 6-0. And this is Josh Lowe. And it's ball 1. Lowe 0 for 3 tonight. And Lowe rips that one through past the second baseman and into right center field for a base hit. So Lowe aboard with a 1-out single. And it will bring up Mangum. A 6-0 game, and the Rays have now out-hit Cleveland 10-1 tonight. As Ian Seymour, who was the starting pitcher for Tampa Bay, made his first career start, gave up just 1 hit in 5 innings for the Rays. Mangum now steps up, and Mangum fouls it off first base side, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. Outside corner. Mangum wasn't too pleased with that call, but he's down in the count 0-2. Pitch. That ball is ripped into left, and that's going to get down, and it's off the bottom of the wall. Mangum slides in at second safely. Lowe will stop at third. It's a double for Mangum, and the hits just keep coming for Tampa Bay. That's now 11 in the game. And it will bring up the catcher, Fiducia. 0 for 1 officially. He has walked twice. And scored one of the 6 Tampa Bay runs. And now a meeting on the mound. We have our first final of the night. It has gone final in Miami. The Marlins beat the Braves 2-1 tonight. Here's Fiducia. And takes strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fiducia fouls it off, and Fiducia in an 0-2 hole. 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. So that rain delay in this game, 38 minutes. Like I said, a very quick moving cell. But in the time that it was over Progressive Field, the skies did open up. 1-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. Fiducia strikes out. And there's the second out in the top of the seventh. And it will bring up Williams, the shortstop. Williams 1 for 3 tonight. He is now 4 for 10 since his call-up on Thursday, and that looks like it's going to be the end of the road for Herron. And it will be. So Herron exits with 2 outs in the seventh as he goes 2/3 of an inning. Getting up 3 hits, 1 run so far. It was earned. Struck out 2. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base. As Cleveland will go to the bullpen and bring in Jacob Junis. Junis will be on for the 48th time on the year, 3-1 record. ERA of 3.04, 17 walks, 40 strikeouts, 53 1/3 innings. As he inherits runners at second and third with 2 outs. And the batter will be Carson Williams as soon as his warm-up tosses are complete. And it has gone final in Baltimore. The Red Sox beat the Orioles 4-3 in Game 1 of that series. So the Red Sox will remain ahead of the Yankees for that number 1 wild card spot. Doesn't look like they're going to gain on the Blue Jays because the Blue Jays have opened it up again against the Twins. That's now 10-4 as they head to the 7th in Toronto. Yankees still lead 7-0 over the Nationals. So here we go, Junis, the third pitcher of the inning for Cleveland. Second and third with 2 outs for Tampa Bay as they have 2 in here in the 7th. And the first pitch from Junis to Williams is lined into right center. That's going to be a gapper. This is going to score 2 more. 2 more runs score. Williams has a 2-run double, and the Rays bust this thing open. It is now 8-0 in the 7th inning. Williams now 5 for 11 since he was called up from AAA on Thursday. And the batter will be Bob Seymour. He is 2 for 3 tonight. Four runs in here in the 7th for Tampa Bay. Seymour hits it to first. Fielded by Santana, and he'll take it to the bag himself to finally end the top of the 7th inning. But the Rays bust this game open with 4 more runs. Stretch time in Cleveland. Tampa Bay leading this game 8-0. And for Cleveland, in the bottom of the 7th, it's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Ramirez, Manzardo, and Santana. Clevenger threw 11 pitches in that 6th inning, but with this delay, don't know that Tampa Bay is going to bring him back out. Angels have added to their lead over the Rangers. Angels now lead 2-0, bottom of the 4th in Arlington. The Mets have taken the lead over the Phillies. Mets lead that game 4-3. That game is through 5. Brewers have added to their lead over Arizona, now 6-0 in the top of the 5th. And again, the live stream update on this page going to be back with you Wednesday night for the game between the Pirates and the Cardinals. That's going to be my next live stream with you here on my channel. And Cleveland will bring in a new pitcher here in the bottom of the 7th, as it is going to be looks like it's going to be Brian Baker coming in to pitch for Tampa Bay. Baker coming over from Baltimore. A little bit of an inflated ERA with Tampa Bay. Baker 5.74. Overall, a 3-4 record. ERA overall 4.17. His overall stats with Tampa Bay and Baltimore. So here's Ramirez leading off the bottom of the 7th and taking strike 1. Ramirez 0 for 2. Cleveland's managed just 1 hit tonight in 6 innings, and their consecutive scoreless inning streak has reached 25, and Ramirez swings and misses. He's in an 0-2 hole, as this offense has really been struggling. And here comes the 2-strike pitch from Baker to Ramirez. Upstairs, ball and 2 strikes now. One-two pitch downstairs. That'll even the count at 2-2. Two-two, swing and a miss. Ramirez goes down on strikes. Baker with the strikeout. There's the first out at the bottom of the 7th. And it will bring up Manzardo. Cleveland DH hitting 0 for 2. And the pitch to Manzardo is outside for ball 1. Manzardo struck out and flown out in this game. And takes a strike here. It will even the count, a ball and a strike. One pitch to Manzardo from Baker. That's a little inside. 2-1 now the count. Comes the 2-1. Fouled away. That will even the count now at 2-2. One 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Baker. And there's 2 outs. We'll bring up Carlos Santana with 2 out and nobody on. Santana 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout in this game. And the pitch to Santana is fouled back, strike 1. The pitch is a little outside. One pitch. That's ripped, but right to the second baseman Lau, and Cleveland's retired 1-2-3 in the 7th. We head to the 8th in Cleveland. Tampa Bay leading this game 8-0. It'll be the top of the order for Tampa Bay. Simpson, Diaz, and Lau in the 8th inning. So Cleveland entered the night 5 games back of Seattle for that third and final wild card spot. Tampa Bay entered the night 6.5 out of that final wild card spot. So a game and a half. They were a game and a half behind Cleveland when the night entered, and unless Cleveland makes a big rally here in these last 6 outs, Tampa Bay is going to climb to within a half game of Cleveland in the wild card standings. And if they can get some help from San Diego tonight in Seattle against the Mariners, they can pick up a full game in that final wild card position. Boy, the Yankees have busted that open against the Nationals. That is now 10-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Royals continue to trail the White Sox 6-0. Top of the 7th on the south side of Chicago. Cardinals inching back against the Pirates. They still trail, though, 4-2 in the bottom of the 5th. So top of the 8th inning we go. Junis back out there to pitch for Cleveland. As it'll be the top of the order, Chandler Simpson. Simpson hitless tonight, 0 for 4, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Simpson and Fiducia, the only 2 Rays in the starting lineup without a hit tonight. Strike 1 pitch, that's bounced too short. And Simpson makes it 0 for 5 as the play is made over to first base. 1 out in the 8th inning. Brings up Yandy Diaz. Diaz homered. Back in the 7th inning. He's also doubled in the game. Swing and a miss, and Diaz in an 0-2 hole. Diaz homered in the 7th inning right before that rain delay hit. Here's the 2-strike pitch. That's hit to second. And the throw over to first in time for out number 2 here in the top of the 8th. Brings up Brandon Lau. Lau 1 for 3 on the night. He's also reached on a walk. And Lau takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Comes the strike 1 pitch. Lau sends it in the air to center. That's hit pretty well back to the track on the edge of the warning track right in front of the wall. The catch is made by Martinez, and that does it for the Rays in the 8th. 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Still all Rays in this one as they lead at 8-0. And for Cleveland in the bottom of the 8th, it'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Arias, Naylor, and Rocchio. Saw Mason Englert getting loose in the bullpen for Tampa Bay, so we'll see if he comes in to pitch here in the bottom of the 8th. Or if they'll let Baker come back out. 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Rays. No runs, just 1 hit and 1 error for Cleveland. Has Cleveland in serious danger of falling for the 6th consecutive time. So it will be Arias leading it off in the bottom of the 8th for Cleveland. Arias has an 0 for 2 night going. He struck out both times. So the bottom of the 8th here. And it will be Englert coming in to pitch for Tampa Bay. Be on for the 27th time. 0-1 record, 4.19 ERA. 8 walks and 38 strikeouts in 38 2/3 innings. Overall numbers on Englert. Englert, the 4th pitcher of the night for the Rays. And his first pitch to Arias is at the knees for strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. Arias lines it into right center for a base hit. That's just the 2nd hit of the night for Cleveland. Rocchio has the other one, a single in the 3rd inning. Brings up Naylor. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He has reached on a walk. Cleveland trying desperately to get on the board and break this scoreless inning streak, which has now reached 26. Englert's pitch to Naylor. Upstairs, and now the count to Naylor's 2-0. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That's inside. It's now 3-0 on Naylor, or to Naylor. Let's see if he'll be taking here. 3-0 pitch. Naylor taking all the way and takes it right down the middle. 3-1 now. Arias at first base. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Naylor. Upstairs, and the first 2 are on for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 8th inning. A single and a walk. And that will bring up Rocchio, who has the other hit for Cleveland tonight. A single in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 2. Englert looks Arias back to second base, does not throw down. And the pitch to Rocchio. That's a strike. Rocchio didn't think so. Strike one pitch. Lined, and that's going to be caught by the shortstop Williams for the first out. Runners have to stay put. So one down, and the batter will be Jones. Nolan Jones 0 for 2 tonight, a fly out and a ground out. And the pitch from Englert. Downstairs for ball one. Cleveland's best scoring chance of the night right here. 2 on with 1 out. And the 1-0 pitch. That's a little inside. It's now 2-0. Two-zero pitch to Nolan Jones. Foul ball. And it's now 2-1. Englert delivers the 2-1 pitch to Jones. And here it is. Swing and a miss. Jones now even to count 2-2. Englert's 2-2 pitch to Nolan Jones. Here it is. Fouled away, and we'll do it again. Two-two pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Jones goes down on strikes. Second out in the bottom of the eighth. And we're back to the top of the order, Stephen Kwan. Kwan is 0 for 3 as he's grounded out all 3 times. So Cleveland had runners at first and second with nobody out, but they are now still there with 2 outs. Strike one on the outside corner. Strike one pitch to Kwan from Englert. Inside, 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That's bounced foul. Count now 1-2 on Kwan. Englert's 1-2 pitch on the way to Kwan. Upstairs, and that'll even the count 2-2. Two-two pitch from Englert to Kwan. Downstairs, and that will fill the count 3-2, so the runners will be off on the pitch. The 3-2 payoff pitch. Englert steps off. Arias at second. Naylor is at first. The 3-2 payoff. There they go. That's lined into center field, and a diving catch in center field by Mangum to end the 8th inning. And Cleveland does not take advantage of runners at first and second with nobody out. We head to the 9th. Tampa Bay leading 8-0. 4, 5, and 6 hitters are due up here. Caminero, Lowe, and Mangum in the 9th. Couple updated scores for you. Mets have added to their lead on the Phillies. They now lead that game 6-3 after 6. Mets have scored 6 unanswered runs in that game. Diamondbacks are battling back in Milwaukee from down 6-0. That is now just 6-5 as that's headed to the top of the 6th. The Cardinals have come back to take the lead over the Pirates 6-4. That game's in the top of the 6th in St. Louis. And again, the 2 finals from earlier, Red Sox win in Baltimore over the Orioles 4-3. And the Marlins 2-1 winners over the Braves. And here it is an 8-0 lead for Tampa Bay over Cleveland as we are set to move to the top of the 9th inning. And Cleveland in serious danger. They're 3 outs away from being shut out for the 3rd game in a row. And we will see a new pitcher for Cleveland here in the 9th inning. As it is going to be going to see a position player in here, Austin Hedges, coming in to pitch. And Hedges' first pitch is a strike. Hedges has actually pitched 2 times this year. And he faces Caminero, who's homered twice. It's now a 2-1 count. The 2-1 pitch from Hedges is outside. I think Hedges thought he had the corner there. 3-1 pitch, Caminero rips it to left. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Caminero rounding first, heading for second. The throw, and he is safe. That was a heck of a throw from Kwan out there in left field, but a little bit too late to retire Caminero, who has his 4th hit of the night. He's just a triple shy of the cycle now. Batter will be Josh Lowe. Lowe is 1 for 4 and fouls this off for strike 1. Lowe hits it into right field for a base hit. Caminero will hold at third, and the Rays have runners at the corners with nobody out here in the 9th. And here's Mangum, who's 1 for 4 on the night. He fouls it off for strike 1. Rays now have 14 hits tonight against the Cleveland pitching staff. Mangum sends it into left. That's going to be caught out there in left field, and Caminero will hold at third base. One out in the ninth. And it will bring up the Tampa Bay catcher, Fiducia. And the pitch to Fiducia is outside for ball one. Fiducia sends it to right. That's going to be deep enough to bring Caminero home. The catch made out there in right center field. Caminero will tag and score. Sacrifice fly for Fiducia makes it 9-0. And it will bring up Carson Williams. Williams bounces it foul for strike one. Williams is 2 for 4 tonight. Strike one pitch is fouled again, and it's an 0-2 count now. Strike two pitch, upstairs, 1-2. One-two pitch is outside, now 2-2 the count. 2-2 from Hedges is foul. Another 2-2 is on the ground to second. And playing it himself and tagging the bag at second base is Rocchio to end. Top of the ninth. We head to the bottom of the ninth. 9-0. Rays lead Cleveland. Last chance coming up for Cleveland here. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Martinez, Ramirez, and Manzardo in the bottom of the ninth. So we will see who will pitch for Tampa Bay here in the bottom of the ninth. As the Rays are 3 outs away from picking up a series opening win and pulling within a half game of Cleveland in the wild card standings. As Cleveland not only trailing 9-0, they've been out hit tonight 14-2. As the offensive struggles just keep on continuing for Cleveland. As they are in serious danger here if they do not score here in the ninth inning of being shut out for the third game in a row. That has not happened with a Cleveland team since 1991, 34 years ago. Englert is back out to pitch to try and close this out for Tampa Bay, and Martinez will lead it off. Martinez hitless in 3 at-bats tonight. And the first pitch, bottom of the ninth, is a strike at the knees. Martinez has struck out twice and grounded out. Strike one pitch from Englert. Swing and a miss, and Martinez in an 0-2 hole. Strike two pitch from Englert to Martinez. Outside, 1 and 2. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him, and there's the first out in the bottom of the ninth. It will bring up Ramirez. Cleveland third baseman is 0 for 3. At the conclusion of this game, we'll take one final look at the MLB scoreboard before I sign off for the evening. Pitch to Ramirez is right down the middle for strike 1. 0-1 pitch is lifted in the air to left. Just shy of the warning track, the catch made in left field by Simpson, and Cleveland is down to their final out tonight. Be up to Manzardo. Keep the game alive. Manzardo has an 0 for 3 night going. And the pitch is down the middle for strike 1. Manzardo, a couple strikeouts and a flyout. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and now Cleveland is down to their final strike. Oh, 2 pitch from Englert. Upstairs, 1 and 2. Englert's 1-2 pitch. Bounced foul. And Manzardo keeps it alive for at least one more pitch. Another 1-2 pitch from Englert is bounced foul again. Manzardo staying alive here. Another 1-2 pitch from Englert to Manzardo upstairs, 2 and 2 now. Comes the 2-2 pitch. Manzardo lifts it in the air to right. This should do it. In right field, the catch made by Lowe, and that is your ball game. And 4 Tampa Bay Rays pitchers combined on a 2-hit shutout tonight as the Rays take game 1 of this series, 9-0, the final score. And for the first time in 34 years, Cleveland has been shut out for a 3rd game in a row. Final numbers, 9 runs, 14 hits, no errors for Tampa Bay. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Cleveland. In his first career start, Ian Seymour gets the win. For Tampa Bay, he's now 2-0 on the year. Bigby suffers the loss for Cleveland. He falls to 9-10 on the season. Rays improved to 63-67 on the season. Cleveland falls to 64-67 rather. Cleveland falls to 64-66. And we will see what the Mariners do later tonight against the Padres to see if the Rays can pick up a game on the Mariners, who currently hold that final wild card spot in the American League. One last look at the Major League scoreboard before we sign off tonight. Top of the 9th inning at Yankee Stadium. Yankees lead the Nationals 10-0. They're in the top of the ninth in Toronto. Blue Jays lead the Twins 10-4. Bottom of the seventh at Citi Field, Mets lead the Phillies 6-3. Top of the seventh in Milwaukee, Brewers 6, Diamondbacks 5. Diamondbacks were down 6-0 in that game. Top of the ninth on the south side of Chicago, White Sox 7-0 over the Royals. Top of the seventh in St. Louis, Cardinals lead the Pirates 6-4. Cardinals trailed that game at one point 4-1. Top of the sixth in Arlington, Angels 3, Rangers 0. And a couple final scores. Red Sox beat the Orioles 4-3, so the Red Sox are going to stay ahead of the Yankees. Marlins 2, Braves 1. That game is a final. And just getting underway in Seattle, the Padres and the Mariners. It's a game the Rays have their eyes on, see if they can pick up a game on the Mariners in the wild card standings. And coming up here in about a half hour, Tigers and A's, and the Reds and the Dodgers from Los Angeles. And again, the final in this one, the Rays 9 and Cleveland 0. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John, my YouTube page. If you like my content on here, appreciate a like and subscribe. It would go a long way and be greatly appreciated. I was also on Kick tonight at Sports Kick John. Also have content on Twitch at Sport Guru John. Those are my places you can find me. I will be back on for another live stream with you Wednesday night. More Major League Baseball for you, the Pirates and the Cardinals. Back on with you on that live stream on Wednesday night. Until then, I appreciate you joining me. My name is John, and until Wednesday night for another live stream.